90% of investors lose money in their first 5 years. But you're about to discover why that statistic is actually backwards. In 2006, SpaceX had a 10% success rate. 3 rockets failed in a row. And the company had enough cash for exactly one final launch. What happened next will reshape how you think about risk. This is for education, not financial advice. But the math here is too important to ignore. We are talking about a company that went from near bankruptcy to a $2 trillion valuation. And the reason why will change how you look at every impossible bet from here on out. Here is the number that breaks your brain first. Before SpaceX sending 1 kilogram of payload into low Earth orbit cost about $54,000. That was the market rate. Nobody questioned it. Boeing, Lockheed, Arianespace, they all charged roughly the same, because they all used the same economics. Throw the rocket away after one use. The airframe, the engines, the avionics, all of it. Gone, burned up, or sunk in the ocean. Every single launch. Think about what that means for a second. Imagine if every time you took a flight from New York to London, the airline scrapped the entire plane afterward. Your ticket would not cost $800. It would cost $8 million. That is exactly the economics SpaceX was born into. Act 1 of this story is brutal. SpaceX tried to launch their Falcon 1 rocket 4 times between 2006 and 2008. The first 3 failed. The third failure was particularly devastating. It destroyed a payload that NASA had entrusted to them. The company was hemorrhaging cash. But here is the part nobody talks about, and I will show you why it matters in a minute. That 4th launch, on September 28, 2008, worked. Falcon 1 reached orbit. SpaceX became the first private company in history to put a liquid-fueled rocket into orbit. NASA noticed. But here is the key question. And stick with me, because the answer is the whole argument. Did that prove the business model? Not yet. Not even close. Because Falcon 1 was still expendable. You still threw it away after each flight. The launch cost was lower than the big players, sure. SpaceX charged around $6 million per Falcon 1 flight versus $60 million for a comparable Delta rocket. But cheap and profitable are two different things. If you look at the history of reusable spacecraft, the NASA Space Shuttle is the cautionary tale. The shuttle was supposed to be reusable and cheap, $1,500 per kilogram to orbit. The reality? $54,000 per kilogram. It cost more than the expendable rockets it replaced. Reusability, in practice, meant immense refurbishment costs. And in 2010, when SpaceX started flying the Falcon 9, the market still did not believe it would work. Wait until you see what the math actually says when we get to the cost comparison, because the number is almost offensive. If you are a salaried professional in your 30s watching your portfolio for high growth opportunities, this next part is specifically for you, because this is where the unit economics flip. On December 21, 2015, a Falcon 9 first stage came back. It did not crash. It did not burn up. It landed vertically on 4 landing legs at Cape Canaveral. The math doesn't lie, and on that day, the math changed permanently. A brand new Falcon 9 first stage cost SpaceX approximately $30 million to manufacture. Now watch what happens when you reuse it. Flight 2, $30 million asset already paid for. Propellant, $200,000. Refurbishment, about $1 to $2 million. Total marginal cost of the second flight, roughly $2 million. They are making margin that their competitors literally cannot match without scrapping their entire business model. This is the moat. And it is backed by physics, not patents. The Falcon 9 first stage has now been flown up to 19 times on a single booster. Run that math with me right here. One booster, $30 million to build. Fly it 19 times. at roughly $2 million marginal cost each additional flight. Their competitors would spend $570 million for the same 19 launches, buying new rockets each time. SpaceX's cost advantage is not 10%. It is not 20%. It is close to 90%. That is the number. That makes the $2 trillion valuation rational, not speculative. Now here is the part that genuinely surprised me. And I said I would come back to this. The IPO valuation is not primarily about launch services. Launch services are the foundation, the infrastructure, the proof of concept. Start with Starlink. SpaceX has launched over 6,000 Starlink satellites. Each launch carries 60 satellites. At old market rates, $54,000 per kilogram. That constellation would have cost over $100 billion just in launch fees. Starlink now has over 4 million subscribers paying $70 to $120 per month. Do that math. 4 million subscribers at an average of $90 per month. That is $360 million per month. Over $4 billion per year in recurring revenue. And analysts project that could scale to 100 million subscribers globally. 100 million times $90 per month. That is $108 billion per year. That is why some valuations on Starlink alone approach $1 trillion. And that is just the internet service. Now add the government contracts. SpaceX has a $2.9 billion NASA contract for the lunar lander. They have a classified Starship program for national security launches. They have commercial crew contracts. They are the backbone of American access to space. Here is the question I want you to sit with, and I will come back and close this loop at the end. If the $2 trillion valuation sounds like hype, ask yourself this. What would it cost a competitor to replicate what SpaceX has built? Think about it. Boeing has spent over $20 billion on the Space Launch System, a rocket they cannot reuse. That costs $4 billion per launch and has launched once. United Launch Alliance charges over $350 million per Atlas V launch. The competitors are not 5 years behind. This is what economists call a network effect with a physical moat. The lower their marginal cost falls, the cheaper they can offer launches. The cheaper their launches, the more customers they win. And the more customers they win, the more launches they fly. This is compound growth in the physical world. The math doesn't lie, compound is the only free lunch. And SpaceX found it in rocket economics. Now let us talk about the IPO itself. SpaceX has not gone public. As of the time of this video, the company is still private, with a most recent valuation of around $350 billion in private markets. But the IPO is widely anticipated. Starlink alone, at 100 million subscribers by the early 2030s, generates over $100 billion per year in revenue. Apply a 20 times revenue multiple, which is conservative for a high-growth infrastructure monopoly, and Starlink alone is worth $2 trillion. And then there is Starship, the fully reusable, 375-ton capacity rocket that, if it reaches operational status, reduces launch costs to potentially $200 per kilogram to low Earth orbit. At that price point, Mars missions are economically feasible. Lunar bases are economically feasible. Space manufacturing is economically feasible. The total addressable market stops being the satellite launch market, which is $50 billion a year, and becomes the entire future of human civilization beyond Earth. Here is the lesson that this video is really about. Because this is not just a story about rockets. Here is the moment the math crystallizes. The $2 trillion valuation, whether it arrives in 2025, 2026, or 2027, is not science fiction. It is the compounded value of solving one engineering problem that everyone else said was impossible. Reusability. That one solution unlocked Starlink, unlocked government dominance, unlocked Starship, unlocked Mars. Every downstream market became accessible the moment the first stage landed in December 2015. The 10% chance of success in 2006 was never random luck. And if you are thinking about how to apply this framework to your own portfolio, your own career, your own business, the lesson is this. Not a guarantee, nothing is guaranteed in markets. But the math does not lie. When the unit economics flip, everything else is just a matter of time and execution. That is what happened on December 21st, 2015. That is what will happen when SpaceX goes public. And that is the framework that separates the people who bought Amazon at $200 and held from the people who called it overvalued. Broke is a math problem. And seeing the math before the crowd does, that is the only edge that matters. Now go build it.